So you're a traveling professional and you were just told you're coming to Cape Girardeau. First off, where are you going to stay? So that's what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to take you on a driving tour around Cape Girardeau to a couple different neighborhoods that a lot of my traveling professionals have a lot of success to stay in. Welcome back to the channel. I am Amber Kimbrell. I own and operate SeaMo Short Stays. We have furnished and unfurnished rentals in the Cape Girardeau and Jackson area. We specialize in traveling professionals finding you a safe and flexible housing options for you during your assignment here in Cape. As a traveling professional, you typically need furnished housing for 8 to 13 weeks. Sometimes you extend and you need more. You need the flexibility in order to be able to extend, or maybe you get canceled and you need to cancel before your original booking is up. You need to be able to be close to the hospitals. You need to be in safe neighborhoods, and some of my professionals need access to high quality, high speed internet and even an actual dedicated Ethernet cable. And let's not forget to mention the quiet environment. A lot of my travelers are working swing shifts to where they might be working at night and they need to have their peace and quiet during the day. And that is a very, very important thing to me, at least with all the properties that I own. I'm very protective of the quietude. Today we're going to travel to a couple different neighborhoods where a lot of my traveling professionals end up really enjoying. Some of these neighborhoods will have 2 bedrooms, some will have 3 bedrooms, so we have a lot. We have a lot of inventory to where hopefully we can find something that will fit your needs. So without further ado, let's jump in the car and go. All right, so we are in Capitol Park right now. Capitol Park is in the middle of, or right in between SeaMo, so Southeast Missouri State University, and Mercy Southwest, or sorry, Southeast, Mercy Southeast. So we are going to drive some neighborhoods around here just so you can kind of see what a neighborhood in close proximity of Mercy Southeast would get you. I have a couple that I want to show you that a lot of my traveling professionals end up loving. So as you see here, we have Capitol Park on the right. It has a lot of walking trails. It has this pond in the middle. And then on the left here is the Mercy Hospital. So Broadway runs right in between the two of them. First neighborhood that I'm going to show you is within walking distance of Capitol, so that's a big point. Some people, there's 2 houses in this neighborhood that I have that are pet friendly, so if you wanted to bring your companion and then take them for a walk, Capitol is very easy to get to. So we are on the west side of Capitol Park right now, and then you can see on the left side of the screen is the neighborhood that I'm talking about. So all of these homes were built probably in the 50s. Majority of them have basements. Majority have been updated. Some of them still has not. So some of these homes have not been updated. Majority of them have. Majority of them do have basements. So this is Whitelaw. And this is one of my favorite neighborhoods. I own a couple of these houses on this street, and then also manage a couple of the other ones. So know just about everybody in this neighborhood. And as you can see, straight ahead is the Mercy campus. So one of these homes I had a hospitalist live in for about 5 years, and he absolutely loved the location of it because he said something like 5 minutes. He set his alarm for like 5 minutes before his first scheduled appointment, and he was there within time. And I'm like, 5 minutes is a little close. I don't know, like, if I could get myself out of bed in 5 minutes, put clothes on, and I mean, it's only a couple 100 feet, but anyway, he loved it. So we're back on Broadway now, and then we're gonna dip in right to the west side of the Mercy campus. And this is what's called the Sunset neighborhood. And I really like the Sunset neighborhood. There's a lot of very interesting, a lot of character in the houses here. So as you can see on Broadway, it has a lot of food options, and then more mom and pop like stores. So this is the Sunset neighborhood. And then we're gonna drive a little bit into this neighborhood just because I want you to see the housing. And then we will circle back around and I'll lead you to the front of the hospital. Very cute homes, like I said, built in the 50s, 60s. A lot of them have been modernized. Just a lot of character. You know, they're not cookie cutter like most houses are nowadays. They each have their own character. They have established landscaping, which I really enjoy. There is a school, an elementary school tucked in back here. It is called Franklin Elementary, and that is what you're seeing right up ahead here. So this is kind of the back side of the building of the elementary school. But we are going to circle back around and go to the entrance of the hospital. So as you can see up ahead, this is the back side of the hospital. So nice wide streets. It looks like there's parking on both sides of the street, but you still do have driveways. So if you wanted to park off street, it looks like these houses here can offer that. Up here on the right is the beginning of the hospital campus again. So there is a parking garage structure right here on the right. And then we'll be turning right onto Lacey, which will take us to the entrance. So we've got staff parking, we've got visitor parking. And then this is the front of the hospital. Looks like we have some renovation going on right about now. All right, so from here, we're gonna take Broadway down towards downtown. So if you're staying in downtown and you're traveling to Mercy Southeast, please just reverse the route. Or reverse the video. Maybe you can see it in reverse, but we're gonna head straight to downtown so you can see kind of what that drive would be like if you were to live downtown and commute to Mercy Southeast. All right, so you see Capitol Hall Park on the left, and that's where we just pulled out of. We do have some traveling baseball teams, a big baseball team called the Catfish, which I think is like a college league. They play in the Capitol Hall Park all the time, and it's kind of nice because I don't know if you are big into baseball or something, but super easy to walk across the street and watch and catch a baseball game. from the first neighborhood we were in, which is the Whitelaw neighborhood. So Southeast Campus is right here on the left. Like I said, you've got Mercy Hospital, and then Capitol Hall Park, and then we've got the SEMO campus right here. So downtown is full of bars, antique stores, and food. That's what the majority of things that you'll see here as we drive by. We have some really awesome older buildings. Architecture here, early 1900s are when these buildings were resurrected. Or erected, sorry. So we are coming to the end of campus here. And now we're going into just straight downtown. So there is housing on the north side of this corridor. And a lot of that is college housing. We're getting some new restaurants down here, like Roni's Mac Bar. That's a new one we just got. Hypnotic right here on the corner is, it's a bar by night, but they serve like Indian food during the day. The Indian food is actually really good. They have an Indian chef there that they brought in from India, so it's like authentic Indian food. But eating it in a bar setting with plastic forks, not my fave, but really good food still. All right, so we're heading down Broadway. We're gonna cut through downtown and then cut over through and show you River Oaks. River Oaks is a furnished apartment building. It's got 6 units in it. That whole building is tailored to the traveling professional. We like to keep it very quiet in there. Everyone kind of respects everybody, and it's in a great location. You have great views of downtown. It's walkable to downtown. You could ride your bike to downtown. Not too far from the Cape LaCroix walking trail, to where you could jump on the trail and either walk or ride your bike, or maybe if you like to jog. But furnished apartments are normally what my traveling professionals end up enjoying to stay at. They all include the furnishings, the bed linens, the towels, all utilities including internet. Even we have a dedicated Ethernet cable at all of our main floor units at River Oaks. So we're going to top this hill and you can see the river in front of us. We just missed a barge going by. There, you might be able to see it. So the door right ahead of us that is open, that you can see the water through, those get shut whenever the water comes up. But whenever they're open, you're free to walk through them, and there's kind of like a river walk down there with seating and all kinds of places you can sit and just chill and view the water. So this view right here with our clock and with our Bill Emerson Memorial Bridge straight ahead, this is the classic view of downtown Cape Girardeau. So we've got shops on either side of us, we've got our historic clock, and then you've got that big, beautiful view of the bridge. So this is where you have all your bars, your antique shops, your food. There's a historic art society here. Board and Brush up here on the left. They have a really cool event where like you can go in and they have things that you can paint to decorate your home with, which is really kind of fun. And then there's a couple buildings on the right here that have been vacant for years that hopefully gets revived into something soon. I'm going to continue straight towards the bridge. We will actually end up at the lookout, the old lookout of the bridge, which is a really cool place. So right here on the right is Hudson's Furniture. They are a long-time family that has lived here, and I think 3 generations ago actually opened the furniture store. And then up here on the left and right, we have some historic buildings on both the right and left. The Red House is on the left, and then the Riverside Pottery, and then a Catholic church on the right. And a lot of people love this church to get married in just because of the architecture. So we are going to make a right and then make a left, and then we will be at River Oaks. And River Oaks is one of the favorites of my traveling professionals. It's a very quiet building. Everything is tailored to the traveling professional. I protect the quietness of that building for everyone, so no matter if you're working swing shifts where you're working at night, you need to sleep during the day, you definitely have that available to you. And it's obviously walkable, or you could ride your bike. It's a very walkable distance to downtown with all the amenities. So River Oaks is the building on the right here. It is the gray building with the darker accents, with the big front covered porch and off-street parking. So very easy to park and access your unit. It's located down here in this historic district. You can see a couple of these other historic properties. One is for sale right now. You can see that if you're interested in buying. And then I'm gonna pull into the old Cape Bridge lookout. So if you can imagine, this is what you can see, the new bridge in the background, and then this is the old bridge. And we're gonna turn into the outlook, which is really kind of a fun spot. So this was the old opening to the bridge. How fun. And then this is the outlook. So that was a driving tour from Capitol Hill Park over and around Mercy Hospital, and then a couple neighborhoods over in there, the Whitelaw neighborhood and then the Sunset neighborhood. And then we went downtown, we drove through downtown, we drove by River Oaks, and now we are down here in the old Cape Bridge Outlook area. We at SEMO Short Stays have a couple furnished rentals in both of those areas if either of those areas interest you. Furnished rental includes everything. It includes all of your utilities, your landscaping, your linens, your towels, anything you can ask for. Even a dedicated internet line is provided at the River Oaks building. As far as price points on those furnished rentals, you're looking at anywhere from $2,100 to a $3,000 range per month. And that's anywhere from a 1-bedroom up to a 3-bedroom. We do have some 4-bedroom homes available. They are in a little bit different areas than the 2 that we saw today, but please fill out the form below if you're interested in those, and I can definitely send you a link and some information about those. I just want to close out by giving you some final advice. If you are traveling to Cape Girardeau, please be mindful that you're looking in the right neighborhoods. Look for a safe neighborhood, ask about internet, ask about how they do their monthly charges. Try to book as early as possible so you have ample time to find the right location for you, and try to stay closer to the hospital if you're at Mercy Southeast. And I say that for Mercy Southeast, but not so much St. Francis. I know we didn't go into any detail about St. Francis. It is kind of on the other side of town. It's on kind of the western corridor of Cape Girardeau. It has a area of residential neighborhood behind it, but I don't own anything there, and I don't want to say anything bad per se, but I don't own where I wouldn't live myself, and I would not live there. Even though, you know, there's these crime maps that you guys can check. I believe it was called crimegrade.com, and they have that neighborhood as a better neighborhood than some of the ones that I showed you today. So don't always trust the things that are out there. Trust a person that actually lives here, works here, If you have any questions, feel free to reach out for me. I do have a link below that is to a form that you can fill out and get a hold of me by. You can ask any questions about the furnished rentals, the unfurnished rentals. Even if you want to buy, I can help you out there too. But that form would be how you reach me. But I hope today, driving through the neighborhood, gave you a little bit of insight of what our neighborhoods look like and what you can expect when you travel here. If you're coming to Cape Girardeau, I would love to host you. I would love to help you out and find you a safe place that you feel comfortable during your stay. If you would like to reach out to me, there is a contact form below. In that form, you can tell me what you're looking for, and I can definitely help point you in the right direction. As always, if you felt this video was helpful, please subscribe to my channel, and I will be releasing some more videos all about things living in Cape Girardeau. See you next time.